Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are talking about some skincare myths. So I've got a list of 10 skincare myths that I hear a lot of. Some of them I can kind of feel from the comments and questions that I've got. So let's debunk those. Let's talk about them, tell you why they're not true and why they're lies and fallacies and Ponzi schemes. So, that felt like a rap, hey? Number 1, you need to wash your face with hot water to get like the dirt off. That is not true. And the reason for that is if you're washing with like really hot water, like for example, some people do their skincare in the shower. I get what you're trying to do. You're just trying to be in and out, get to work, not get fired. That's what we're all trying to do on a day-to-day basis. But you're actually burning your skin. So our skin on our face is a lot more sensitive to like the rest of our body. So that temperature in the shower, well, for most of us, if you do take like reasonably hot showers, it's gonna be too hot and you're burning and you're gonna irritate your skin and cause inflammation and all that nonsense. So wash with lukewarm water and a good cleanser. That's all you need to do. There's no reason to be like, burning yourself just, thinking that you're doing things, because you're actually not. Number 2, you only need to wear sunscreen when outside or when it's sunny. So, we've spoken a lot about this, so I won't go like too deep into it, but that is like, I think I should have made that number 1 because that's my biggest lie in the whole skincare world, never mind the skincare world. The UV rays can actually enter your house. I think that's the best way to summarize it. We've got 2 types, we won't get into that. I do have a sunscreen video, I'll put that down below. Then you can watch that and it's more descriptive and it will make more sense, but we don't want to focus too much on sunscreen. And they can enter your house through windows, through whatever, so make sure that you do use it, even if you're gonna spend, I know like we're all on lockdown and all that stuff, but even if you're gonna stay indoors, make sure to wear sunscreen, put it on, lather it on, reapply, especially now like the UV rays are out here, it's summer. This one braid is just not letting me be great. So you put it on. Also, just because it's not sunny doesn't mean those UV rays aren't out there. They might just be covered up with some clouds and whatever, but trust me, they are still there. You can't see them. Doesn't mean that because it's a bit dull outside, the UV rays aren't getting their coins. UV rays work 3 jobs, I feel. They're doing too much. They make us all look bad because they're just working overtime. That ties in. I almost made this a separate one, but it is, I'll keep it into number 2 with the SPF. It's also like if you have dark skin, thinking that you don't need to wear sunscreen. We're not gonna really get into that again. Like I said, and we've talked about this so many times. If you still don't believe me, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm an honest person. If you're dark skin, put on your sunscreen. End of story. Don't ask questions, just do it. Do it! Number 3, if you are wearing makeup, like my foundation, Tantadar Ultra Wear, for example, and it says it's got some SPF factor in it, or you're wearing a moisturizer with some SPF in it, you might think that you don't need to wear extra sunscreen. That ain't the truth. That's a lie. That's like a marketing thing. Trust me, because most of these products will say like SPF 15 or 20. You really want to be wearing a sunscreen with SPF of like 30 minimum, the basic, I like to stick to a 50, but a 30, I think that should be our minimum. So always top it up, top it up. Also remember that you need to reapply sunscreen, especially if you're gonna be outside. So maybe you get a spray it on. So just relying on the SPF in a foundation or in a moisturizer isn't great. Really, you need to invest in a separate SPF. There's so many affordable ones, so it's not really asking for a lot. If you're into skincare, which I guess you are by watching this video, then you know that your sunscreen is going to be like one of your basic skincare products that you need to have. Don't talk to me if you don't have sunscreen. Number 4 relates to oily skin. So some people think that if you have oily skin, you should stay away from moisturizers. It's a lie. The reason for that is oily skin doesn't mean that your skin is hydrated. You could have oily skin and just be oily, shining, but your skin could still be dehydrated. And what ends up happening is because you're not hydrating it, you're not moisturizing it, your skin ends up now even fighting more. And because it's doing that, it's now looking for something to give it some fake hydration. So it starts producing more oils, and then your skin even gets oilier and oilier. I know it might seem like because your skin is oily, I don't want to put like a lot more stuff on it. But trust me, just find like a lightweight moisturizer, something that's not too heavy. Look for more of a lotion than a cream. Your lotion is more water, it's got more water versus oil, whereas a cream usually has like oil, more oil versus water. So just look for a super lightweight one. We can discuss that in another video. But I do have a video on different skin types. Ooh, that's one of my vintage videos, hey? And you can watch that and get some ideas on which products to use for oily skin. Okay, number five. Mambo number 5. Remember that song? I forgot the words. Dun, 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 dun. Number 5 is something that I believed in for the longest time until like I didn't. That is that your pores shrink and open up. And that comes from, that's like an old school thing. And I remember when I first heard that, it was, but now I'm putting people on blast. But I mean, she'll never watch this, so no one cares. I remember back in the day watching some interview with, it was Pharrell. So it's funny because now he has his own skincare line or whatever. And people are like, why is your skin so good? This is like probably 15 years ago. And she's like, Naomi Campbell gave him some tips. She was like, you must wash your face with hot water to open up the pores for the dirt to come out, and then close the pores with like freezing cold water. And I remember doing that. I was like, let me close up these pores, baby. But it turns out that's not true. That's not, we've known this now. What it is that when you use certain products or you use certain types of water, certain temperatures of water, it might give the appearance of your pores opening and closing, but it's not true. Your skin might just like swell up a bit so it looks like, you know, something's happened, but your pores really don't. They don't change. They can get wider over time because when they get clogged up and acne and stuff, your pores can enlarge, but they're not coming back. Number 6. Number 6 relates to anti-aging products, and you know, it's just certain types of products that are aimed for maybe more mature people, and you know, so it's the belief that you must only use certain products when you're like 30 plus. This one's a bit touchy because, you know, like I mentioned in my last video, I'm turning 30, so now I'm in those age ranges that they talk about. But anyway, it's fine. 30 and proud. Okay, I'm not actually 30 yet, so no. So a lot of that is marketing, right? So they also know that at 30, you might have more disposable income. You're gonna like spend a little bit more on like some skincare. They can make it a higher price point. You need to learn your skincare ingredients. So if it's got like a lot of anti-aging products have like retinol maybe or retinoids, a lot of anti-pollutants or antioxidants. So it's stuff that you actually can use when you're younger. It's just marketed differently. A lot of this is marketing, and that will actually go to my next point. But just learn your ingredients and learn what you need to put for your skin, because that product could actually be what your skin needs, but you might be putting it back on the shelf and being like, baby, you're for the old people. Meanwhile, it's for you, baby. So just bear that in mind. Schemes. They'll try to get you. Don't be God. Don't be. So number 7 touches on my previous one when it comes to marketing. And this is to do with male skincare, guys. That is, you know, one of the biggest jokes. It's actually, they're pretty much just adding like some strong male fragrance on it. Some like shower fresh or ocean breeze, or I don't know, just some hectic fragrance. Make it smell manly, and then y'all are gonna go buy Nivea for men or whatever. And skin is skin. Just make sure it again ties into knowing your ingredients and like learning about that, researching on that. You just need to, if the product is pink doesn't mean, or the packaging is pink doesn't mean you can't use it, man. Just learn what your skin needs. Don't be intimidated. I know a lot of men get intimidated when they go into a store and it's just like all these things. Then you see the one that says for men. Okay, there's probably like 3 or 4 ranges with that, so it's a lot easier to just pick that. But I find that a lot of those products actually aren't that great. It's usually like brands who are just kind of trying to, you know, just widen their market reach and all that stuff. So they really try to scam us out there. It's really just marketing and branding and packaging. They just wrap a blue plastic over it and it's for men. It ain't a thing. We can use the same products. That's the summary of it. Number 8. I don't know what number that was. Number 8. Why is 8? Okay, number 8 is, this is actually one of my biggest pet peeves, guys. Natural skincare. So the belief that natural skincare is better for you. Guys, if there's one thing I do not like is natural skincare. Like, for my face, I can do like a natural sheer butter for my body, you know, just some nice oils, whatever. But for my face, I just feel like, you know, so let me start from a lot of products come across as natural, right? So they'll be in some green packaging, there'll be some simple labeling, and they will look like they are free from everything, you know. But sometimes they aren't. Sometimes that's just like the appearance they're giving. Some are natural. But my only problem with that is that doesn't mean that they're better. So we tend to think that natural stuff is better for us. Yes, that's true in terms of like food and whatever. But these natural skincare products can have irritants as well. Yes, they might not have these toxins, but they can have things like essential oils, which are natural, but those can be like super irritating on your skin and cause like all sorts of problems. So natural doesn't necessarily mean better. And a lot of the time now, it's also a marketing play. So a lot of the time now, they'll charge an extra amount because it's natural. Also, remember, natural products won't last longer. So you got things that are expiring. You need to watch out for all those things. I need my skincare to work. Okay, I actually like the chemicals. Give me the chemicals. If my skin's gonna be popping, put it all on me. Do it all. I don't want any like, you know, that L brand where it's got like everything's fizzing and whatever. That's not for me. That's not for me. And you have to keep things in the fridge, otherwise they go off. It's really not. It's a lot. Number 9 is the belief that when you put a product on, it needs to burn, it needs to sting, it needs to tingle, it needs to be aggressive in order to show that it's working. That ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. A lot of the time that means like it's probably not good for you. There are some products, you know, like some chemical exfoliators that will tingle a bit, but they do tell you to like wash it off after a certain time. There can be the side effect. And with some of those, they'll tell you not to use it too often. They'll tell you once a week, twice a week, whatever. But there's some products, for example, physical exfoliators. I remember growing up, you would think that, okay, you want those granules, you really want to just scrub that T-zone, get those granules in there, that's saying Ives. You think that, okay, I need to be squeaky clean, you know, just, it needs to be sore and just for it to be working. That's not true. You're actually just damaging your skin, you're tearing it up, you're really just cracking it up and doing more damage than good. So even if you have an exfoliator and it's super gentle, trust me, it's doing its things. It's got the ingredients that it needs to have. Just trust the process. You don't have to do things too hard. This ties back into my first point with the washing with hot water. You know, you don't have to do everything to the extreme. Just do it as instructed. Don't buy super harsh products, especially if you've got sensitive skin. Even these chemical exfoliators might be too much for you, so buy a gentle one that won't be burning and stuff. So pain doesn't always mean beauty in skincare. And number 10 is, I'm putting it here because it's true, but I also like things. So sometimes it can look like I'm not abiding to this one. But number 10 is that expensive skincare is the best skincare. I.e., expensive skincare is going to be better than your drugstore. It's going to be better than like your cheaper products. That is not true. That is not true. I mean, it obviously depends on the brand and the products, etc. But never mind drugstore, because that one is a bit tricky. But let's compare. We've got some bougie products, some bougie products, bougie brands, to, for example, like compared to like the Ordinary, for example. Ordinary is super affordable, and it does what it needs to do. It's better than some of these bougie things that are out here where you're paying for the feeling of luxury, you're paying for like the fragrance, you're paying for the vibe, you know, that's what you're paying for. And sometimes the bougie ones also do the thing. Sometimes they work also. A lot of the times they work, but you can get something equally effective with a more affordable brand. So another idea that comes up is like with Korean skincare, which is obviously super popular nowadays. In Korea, most of these products are like super affordable. They're like, you know, they're like the drugstore equivalent. But obviously by the time it gets to this country, it's, you know, the prices have skyrocketed. But in their country, in South Korea, super affordable and more effective than buying like some of these like crazy brands. Like you hardly find, I sounded so country there. You hardly find me, now I'm struggling, buying like skincare from Dior and all that stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's great, but a Korean cleanser is probably like a lot better in terms of what it does, and probably like 1/7 of the price. So just bear that in mind. We can get caught up in these things. We see them on TV, we see them on social media, they look nice and they feel nice, and they truly do, but they're a lot more affordable, cheaper products which are just as effective. So don't lose all your coins. Every once in a while it's nice to splurge, hey? I won't lie. I won't lie. So I'm not saying don't spend on skincare, because Lord knows I do, but just, you know, just watch out for the for the scammers. So yeah, so those are my top 10 skincare myths. There are lots of other ones out there, and yeah, make sure guys, just in life, don't get played. Words of wisdom, don't get played. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these lists going forward. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe button, notification bell. Here's some other videos for you guys to watch. They're down below, they're everywhere. They are embedded in your brain. Hope you guys enjoy this video again, and let me know what you think of these myths, and if you once believed them, let me know in the comments down below. Don't get played.